true murder investigations from the case files of Lieutenant Joe Kenda. A pair of loving grandparents are shot dead in their home.
I don't think you could find a more traumatizing event than watching a loved one die violently in front of you.
But has the killer already slipped through Kenda's grasp?
He said he was going to hop a train to Mexico.
I have him in Mexico. If he's in Mexico, he might as well be on the moon.
Then, the most gruesome murder of Kenda's career.
My God. This is mutilation beyond the pale. This is obviously done by someone who is deeply sick.
And a nationwide manhunt ends in a treacherous showdown.
When someone is deeply disturbed, they are ultimately completely unpredictable. You become hardened to this sort of thing. It is a sad fact of the profession. I don't lose all my emotions about humans, but I am able to coat my emotions in railroad steel. Not much gets through to me.
As the workday comes to a close at American Telecasting Company, 26-year-old Julio Zamaron Jr. prepares to pack up his things.
I was a technician, and I was at the gear that the guys were going to be needing the next day.
Julio, you have a phone call.
Oh, hey, thanks. Hello?
This is my friend Kevin.
Kevin? What's up?
I don't think I ever got a personal call at work, so I knew something was wrong.
What?
His friend is frantic. He's like, something terrible has happened. You got to go to your parents' house. You got to go right away.
Oh, my God.
Everything all right?
I gotta go.
When I pulled up to your house, there were several police cars. There was an ambulance that was bringing my mother out. I really couldn't get too close to her at the time.
Sir, hold up. What's going on?
They told me that, my parents were shot. The only thought that ran through my mind was seeing my parents and making sure they're okay. It was chaos because I could see my door, my nephew crying. There's a lot of things to take in at once.
Across town, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is headed back to the station after a long day in court when he gets a page.
Go for Kenda. And I knew what it was. It's what it always is. No one is asking me how I'm doing. No one wants to know if I want to go to lunch. That's communication center. Bad just happened.
Within minutes, Kenda arrives at the scene.
You have ambulances there. You have the uniformed cruisers. So it's very, very busy. No one even noticed me till I was almost to the front door.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Yeah. What a mess.
Yes, sir.
So what do we got?
We've got 2 adult victims, 1 male and 1 female. They both appear to be mid-50s.
Senior and his wife, Guadalupe Zamaron, they have been shot once in the chest each with a large caliber handgun.
Julio and Guadalupe have been married for 34 years. They have 8 children and 8 grandchildren.
They're solid working class Americans who take care of each other and their family.
What's the status of the victims?
They're leaving in the ambulance, going to the hospital, but...
Any witnesses?
Yeah, the whole family was in the house.
That's them right there?
Yes, sir.
I don't think you could find a more traumatizing event than watching a loved one die violently in front of you. There's nothing worse than that.
One look at the grieving Zamaron family convinces Kenda that they need time to recover before he questions them.
Some time is certainly better than no time. So rather than approach them, let me look at this crime scene first.
Just inside in the living room.
Inside the Zamaron small bungalow, Kenda finds evidence of a surprising number of occupants.
Any idea how many people live here?
Probably 15 people, sir.
Their whole family?
Yes, sir. My parents were very dedicated to the family. I mean, that's the way we were brought up. It's basically the only way I can say it is familia es primero. Families first. They need to stay with you. They need help. If you can provide me.
That's where the bodies are found?
Yes, sir. Right over there.
Kenda finds 2 large blood stains in front of a couch and an adjacent easy chair.
That would indicate to me that they were sitting next to each other and slid out after being shot, thus leaving the blood on the floor.
If they were sitting, they were relaxing, they had no reason to believe that their lives were in danger. And so this was out of the blue.
Nothing is disturbed. Whoever did this walked in here, shot 2 people, and walked right back out again. This is bang, bang, and goodbye. That suggests plan. Somebody knows what they're going to do before they come inside.
Any ballistics?
Yes, sir. Walker number 4.
The bullet looks like a .357 Magnum, which would explain the DOA. .357 Magnum, which is a large caliber bullet that is going to go through a human like a knife through a wedding cake. They are really, really devastating to humans.
Right next to the easy chair, Kenda finds a woman.
Now, every woman I know, my wife included, never leaves a purse open. The existence of that open purse indicates the possibility of robbery being part of this.
All right, thank you. I'm going to talk to the witnesses.
Yes, sir.
Kevin, come through.
When I walked back outside, I asked the family members to come forward and form a group around the porch here.
Talk to each one of you about what happened here today. I understand you're extremely distraught, and I don't blame you.
Julio and Guadalupe were the backbone of their large extended family.
Julio Sr. was retired in the United States Army. Guadalupe was a housekeeper.
Julio and Guadalupe, after all those years of marriage, were enjoying life with each other.
My dad, what made him happy was my mom. As long as she was smiling, he was okay. Like they had danced together for many years.
At this moment, you think, these are people that this isn't supposed to happen to. They work hard. They work all their life. They take care of their own. And they die like this, violently, in their own home. I can't bring back their loved ones, but I can certainly take their revenge for them on the person responsible. That I can do. So at this point in this investigation, we have a couple who were shot to death in their own living room for no apparent reason at all.
An open purse found at the scene suggests robbery might be the motive. But Lieutenant Joe Kenda thinks it's unlikely to be the sole motive behind this cold-blooded execution.
Everything about this crime scene says personal. Somebody has a very specific reason directed completely at them and no one else. They had their choice of all the other people in this house. The only people dead are these. I intend to find out.
Several members of the Zamaron family witnessed the shooting and have now recovered enough to speak to Kenda. The first to come forward is a daughter named Lupe.
I know you're very upset, but I need you to help me understand what happened to your parents.
According to Lupe, she has been in an abusive marriage to a man named Gabriel Vasquez since she was...
My sister and Gabriel had 3 kids together, 2 boys and a girl. But their relationship was always rocky. It was always abusive towards her.
Lupe explains that a few months back, she and Gabriel moved to Texas. But after a particularly violent encounter, Lupe had Gabriel arrested on domestic assault charges.
And when he went to jail, my dad drove down there to come back here to live with them.
She is very relieved. When last she knew, Gabe's in jail. She thinks her problems are over. Everything's fine. A week later, the doorbell rings. And there he stands.
What do you want?
Con tu permiso, Don Julio. Came to say I'm sorry.
He was respectful. He was pleasant. He wanted to see his children and his wife.
I know what I did was wrong, but I've changed. It will never happen again, I swear. I promise. Please, por favor, come home with me.
We're staying here with my family, children.
Well, okay. Niños, adiós. Te amo mucho. vaya bien.
Adios. You know, I think he changed, and if he did...
Tell me what you know about this shooting. Lupe tells me that her husband, Gabriel Vasquez, came back and shot and killed her parents in front of her in this house moments ago. Here is a man who's completely out of control of his emotions. He has a gun. He's obviously not afraid to use it. What if he decides to come back for the remainder of this family and kill them too?
Lupe gives Kenda a detailed description of Gabe. And as night falls, a search team scours the area in search of him. But the canvassing effort turns up no sign of Gabriel. Shortly after midnight, Kenda tells his men to stand down.
In my opinion, it's too dangerous to continue. We'll find him. Just not tonight, and not in the dark. And
the following morning, Kenda puts word out to the press that an armed killer is on the loose. That decision quickly pays dividends.
This is Kenda. Okay.
Dispatch tells Kenda that an anonymous caller has reported that Gabriel Vasquez was seen with a man named Slim just prior to the shooting.
And he gives us an address on Mallard Drive. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous. We'll take it.
20 minutes later, Kenda arrives at the Mallard Drive address provided by the anonymous tipster.
Can I help you?
You Slim?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Gabriel Vasquez?
Slim saw him yesterday afternoon, just before the murder.
Came by, we had a few drinks, played some cards. You going down, Bobby?
You talk too much, man.
Man, play the cards, man. Let's go. You taking so long. Come on.
You keep rushing me, I'm gonna take you out like I'm gonna take them out.
Whatever, Vato. Who you gonna take out, man?
You know?
Play the cards.
My wife's parents.
Slim says he's kind of half listening to this. They're playing cards. Finally, Gabe says to Slim,
You messed them up.
Slim, Gabe produces a handgun out of his pocket.
Messed them up real bad.
It's a .357 Magnum. And when he sees the gun, Slim's attitude changes.
What you gonna do with that?
Man, put it away.
Gabe picks up Slim's bottle of vodka, takes a couple of hits,
Put it away so we can play.
the gun in his pocket,
Hey, man, where you going, man? Let's play the cards.
and walks out the door.
Have you seen or heard from him since then?
Nah.
Slim informs Kenda that Gabe has been staying at the Red Cross shelter downtown.
So we go to the Red Cross shelter, we show his picture. You know? Oh, yeah, we know. Yeah, Gabe the laborer. That's what they know him as. You've seen him lately?
No, I haven't, but one of the residents said he saw him earlier.
Any idea why he was there?
I believe he said he was going to hop a train to Mexico.
Really?
Yeah.
That changes things. Thank you.
So now, for the first time, we have a solid lead on what Gabe's plan is. We still don't have Gabe, but we know his plan to escape the jurisdiction.
If Gabriel Vasquez is bound for Mexico, then Kenda's chances of catching him are growing slow.
Trains run constantly through Colorado Springs both day and night. If Gabriel has made it to Mexico, I do not believe we will ever find him. I have a 1% chance of finding him in Mexico. 1%. If he's in Mexico, he might as well be on the moon. We're investigating the death of two people who you would not think would ever fall victim to such a crime. Julio, we've identified the perpetrator, Juan Gabriel Vasquez. We now know that he's in the rail yards area, last seen, but we know his plan is to jump a train to Mexico, and maybe he already did.
With the clock ticking, Kenda's team races to the rail yard.
All right, guys, we're gonna search all these cars. You could be any one of them. Just remember, he's probably armed, so be careful.
as time wears on, we're not finding anything. We're not finding anybody. I'm feeling pretty miserable. I'm thinking that Gabe is gone, man. He's in the wind, and I hear two...
You, under the blanket, come out! Come out now! Okay! Okay!
Oh, music to my ears. And I run in that direction. And they have him.
Don't shoot me your hand! Don't shoot!
No train to Mexico for him. He's going to get a police car ride to headquarters.
Once back at the station, Kenda interrogates Gabe Vasquez.
Gabriel, the reason why you're here is because you're being accused of shooting and killing Julio Zamorán Sr. and Guadalupe Zamorán.
I know. I shot them both.
And why'd you do that? Good. Nothing else to do that day? Oh, they had it coming. They deserve it.
They stole my money. They make lies about how I abused my wife, my children, and got me arrested in Texas. None of it was true.
At the end of this diatribe about how it's their fault, Gabe says, but the last straw with them is when they took my family away from me back.
They need to pay for what they did. That's why I went over there.
What happened when you went over there?
Eso. El león. Dale el peluche.
Hola, Lupe. Hello?
Gabriel, what are you doing here?
I came to see the kids.
You can't see the kids.
Show them, Lupe.
Show me what?
But when Gabe gets there, he's confronted with a court order.
What is this?
It says he cannot be near his children, he cannot be near his wife, because he's now been duly served with a restraining order.
What is this?
That's the law. You need to stay away from my daughter and her children. You need to get out of here, Gabe, now!
So Julio Sr. and Guadalupe to exclude him from these children and from his wife. And he becomes incensed.
You can't do this.
Why not?
It's my family.
Yeah, not anymore.
My children,
not
my
anymore.
wife.
Look, get out of here before you go back to jail.
He had a gun in his pocket, and when his worst fear is presented to him in writing, emotion takes over. There's no thought anymore. Now it's just rage.
You did this!
He pulls the trigger again and kills her. He's going to get back the money they never paid him. He takes what money he finds and runs out the front door. What Gabe did is a completely insane act, of course, but it's typical for someone who has an abusive personality. No one matters except him.
With Gabe Vasquez's statement in tow, Kenda is able to charge him with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Gabriel pleads guilty to the lesser charge of second-degree murder. He is sentenced to 85 years in prison.
My dad always taught me not to hate. But I wish that, the proper justice would have been able to be taken upon him.
Trauma has a really destructive effect on family structure. A lot of times it all
just, tore our family apart. We kind of split up. That center focus was gone.
Julio Sr. and Guadalupe worked hard all their lives. They took care of their own. What happens? They pay for it with their lives. Proof, once again, the thing that frightens people most. Life is random. You never know where the problem is going to come from. But come it does.
Coming up, the most horrifying crime of Kenda's career.
I am amazed at the number of instruments that have apparently been used to inflict whatever damage has been done to this person. This is the result of a deranged mind.
It's a cloudy Sunday morning in Colorado Springs, and Lieutenant Joe Kenda is looking forward.
It was about 9:30 in the morning, and I was walking down the driveway to get the Sunday paper. I just pick it up, I take it out of the bag, and I'm savoring the thought of reading, and I hear Kathy's voice.
Joe, they're on the phone.
I always know who they are. And I'm thinking maybe I could read this paper on Wednesday, because I don't think I'm going to read it today.
Dispatch informs Kenda that a 911 call came in reporting a murder. When police responded, they found a mutilated body.
Mutilated?
Oh, swell. Okay, well, we're going to come over and look at that.
Within the hour, Kenda is on the scene.
When I pulled up to that apartment building, I noticed one officer is leaning on the railing outside the entrance of the building. And he looks like he's either been sick.
You all right?
I don't know.
Apparently this may be beyond the pale of mutilation. These are experienced policemen, and they are upset by what they have seen. So I know whatever this is, it's going to be unpleasant.
Where's the body?
It's in the bedroom.
Kenda braces himself and makes his way inside.
I see a blood-soaked white sheet covering up human remains. There is an enormous amount of blood around the body that's under this sheet.
Did we put the sheet there?
No, sir, it was already there. We pulled it back, checked for vitals, and we put it back in place.
It's that bad?
Worst I've ever seen, sir.
My first thought was maybe an option is not available to me.
Before Kenda pulls back the sheet, he surveys the area surrounding the victim.
I am amazed at the number of instruments that I find around this body that have apparently been used to inflict whatever damage has been done to this person. There are knives, a potato peeler, scissors, a screwdriver that have been torn off of a kitchen table.
As CSIs document the scene, Kenda searches the rest of the apartment.
In the bathroom, the toilet is backed up. The water is crimson with blood.
We're gonna get a plumber here to see what's in there. Someone's on the way, Lieutenant.
Something has been put in this toilet. We don't know. Turn back out to the bedroom.
All right, let's see what we got going on under there.
The crime scene tech lifts the sheet and immediately turns away.
Oh my God.
When the sheet is lifted, it is the body of a female, apparently in her late 20s, who has been disemboweled, skin or epidermis present. Her right breast is not present. She has, by count, over 100 stab wounds. This is mutilation beyond the pale. The cutting injuries to her chest are post-mortem. You can tell that because they're non-reactive. There is no blood other than gravity bleeding. A dead body doesn't bleed. Post-mortem injury, not designed to, not in a wild, frenzied rage, but in a morbid, perverse, curious way.
In the kitchen, one of Kenda's men finds a purse.
Found her ID, Lieutenant. Herta Caraway.
Her name is Herta Caraway. Her date of birth indicates that she is presently 29 years of age. It shows the address as being the address. In my mind, we have made identification of this person.
Lieutenant, plumber's here.
All right then.
He takes one look in the toilet and he's about ready to throw up because of the amount of blood in the water.
Listen, I know this isn't your run-of-the-mill service call, but I need to know what's in that toilet. So I want you to remove the toilet. You can step aside.
You don't have to stay for the discussion. carefully lift this toilet off of the sewer pipe.
There you go.
Jesus.
We find the victim's right breast in the drainage area of the toilet. This is obviously done by someone who is deeply sick. This is not something I've ever seen.
Kenda's next step is to Lupe's relatives, which means he also has to notify them of her death.
I have no intention of describing what has been done to their daughter. I'm going to say that Herta is no longer alive. It is less harsh than saying anything else.
Headquarters tracks down a name and address for the victim's parents, Earl and Maria Tate.
Miss Tate?
Come down here.
I have learned over the years, just tell them. Don't beat around the bush. Don't allow them to agonize and get even more upset. Just tell them.
I'm very sorry to inform you that your daughter, Herta, is no longer living.
Maria's eyes rolled back and she passed out. I called for medical. They responded.
I think she's gonna be alright, just needs a few minutes.
Can you tell me about Herta and the people in her life?
She liked to be by herself. She liked to be alone. She was always like that.
Can you think of anyone that would want to harm her?
Harm? Dude, no. She was having some kind of problems with her ex-husband.
According to Earl, Herta met her husband just over a year ago.
They dated for a very short period of time, and they got married very quickly after they met.
But Earl tells Kenda that the marriage ended abruptly.
She made the choice to leave him, and she moved into this apartment on Murray to live alone. My interest is now maxed. And more importantly, where is he right now? I'm investigating the death of 29-year-old Herta Caraway, who has been brutally murdered, and then post-mortem mutilation took place. An absolutely awful crime. I've learned from her father that she left her husband because of problems. What kind of problems?
Can you tell me what his name is?
His name is Peter Caraway. He had mental problems. It caused her to leave him.
Now that got my undivided attention. I think back to that crime scene that has mental illness written all over it. And now finding him immediately is critical.
Do you happen to know where Peter is?
No, I don't.
And did you have contact with any friends or family that you know of?
That Peter has a mother whose name is Ruth Foshee, and she lives on the west side of Colorado Springs.
Lieutenant Kenda to dispatch.
Go for dispatch.
I need you to run the name Ruth Foshee and give me an address.
That's the woman who made the 911 call.
What? Well, that's who called, a woman named Ruth Foshee. She obviously has knowledge of this event. She told the police they better go because Herta is in there dead. So how exactly does Ruth know that?
Mrs. Foshee, do you know why we're here?
Yeah, Peter. I knew something like this was going to happen.
Why do you say that?
He's been diagnosed with acute paranoid schizophrenia.
People like Peter who suffer from schizophrenia, they hear voices, they have trouble dealing with.
When he takes his meds, he's okay. But he forgets, and it gets really, really bad.
When they stop taking that medication, they dive deeper and deeper and deeper into delusionary thought, hallucinations, and completely lose contact with reality.
Ruth, we know you called 911 about your son. Will you tell us why you made that call?
Her son pulls up in front of her house on his motorcycle.
His hands were cut and bleeding.
This is a woman who understood when he was doing things he shouldn't be doing. So when he arrived with cuts on his hands, she began asking him,
What happened to your hands, Peter?
I didn't believe him. I know him well enough. I knew he was lying.
Peter, what have you done? Peter, look at me.
She keeps pressing the point. He finally looked at his mother, looked her right in the eye.
Herta. I had to kill her.
Oh my God, no. Peter, no.
I had to do it, Mom.
No.
I'm sorry.
She stands there in shock and watches Peter drive away on his motorcycle.
You know where Peter is right now?
No, he said he was going to leave. He said something about Texas. He has a cousin in Texas. And he left on the motorcycle, so he could be heading there.
Thank you for your help.
So now we absolutely know who we're looking for. We also know that Peter Caraway is a fugitive from justice.
Kenda puts out a bolo in Colorado and Texas for Peter Caraway. 3 hours later, he gets a hit.
This is Kenda.
We get a phone call from Vega, Texas. Explain that this individual goes to a convenience store on a motorcycle.
Can I help you?
He's a big guy. He's kind of scary looking because he's so disconnected.
Gas.
Thank you.
Peter goes back out, puts $1 worth of gas in the pipe. Comes back in, gives her another $1.
Gas.
She's had enough of him. She calls the police. And they go over and see who this cat is. And who they find is one each Peter Caraway.
But turned out he's only 6'5", but he just really looked like he was fighting mad. So I said, do you have any identification?
Yes.
Where? It's in my shirt pocket.
So I said, with 2 fingers, very slowly, pull your ID out. And if you pull out anything different than that, I'm going to kill you right where you stand. And he reached in and he pulled out his identification, and I said, put it on the hood of the car.
The officers run Peter's identification.
Wanted out of Colorado for murder. Place your hands behind your head and interlock your fingers.
And it's over. They have Caraway by the throat.
Kenda sends 2 detectives down to Texas to bring Peter back to Colorado Springs.
We now have Peter Caraway in our hands, as crazy as he is, and he is as crazy as a bedbug. There's no question about that.
Peter, we're here to talk about your ex-wife, Herta.
Oh, yeah. Herta.
What do you remember about Herta?
Well, you see, I had to get rid of her.
Why'd you have to get rid of
her? Because she was trying to kill me with kindness.
Excuse me? Well, you know, she was being too nice to me. That was scary to me. No, Peter, I think the scary person in this room would be you.
She was trying to kill me.
Unable to elicit a coherent statement from Peter, Kenda can only surmise what happened when Peter showed up at Herta's apartment.
Is he off his medication? Did he have another delusion? Did he suffer another hallucination? Who knows? Something brings him there.
I know what you've been doing.
What are you talking about?
Something goes wrong between he and her.
Believes that after cornering Herta in the bedroom, Peter bludgeoned her with a table leg. And stabbed her over 100 times.
Once she's dead, then we have this macabre curiosity effect of him trying to decide what makes her to work. And then maybe he decides if he cuts her up in small enough pieces, he can flush her down the toilet. Who knows what he's thinking?
Why'd you kill? She's trying to kill me with kindness.
Amid his otherwise baffling replies, Peter Carraway does make one lucid point that seals his fate.
Please, I'm begging you. Don't tell my mother.
He was very concerned that his mother would be distressed if she found out what he'd done.
At trial, Peter Carraway pleads guilty to a crime of violence.
The obvious question is, why couldn't he plead insanity? It's because in Colorado, the insanity defense is very simple. Do you know the difference between right and wrong? That's the only test.
In the court's eyes, at the time of the murder, Peter knew what he was doing was wrong.
He doesn't want his mother to know what he did. He flees. All sorts of things say that he knew what he did was wrong. Insanity would have never worked for him. Never worked. Not in Colorado. It will in some states, but not this one.
The judge sentences Peter Carraway to 48 years in the Colorado State Penitentiary.
I personally believe that humans are innately violent. It's something in our nature that's been true for 1 million years. Right. For our violent past to come forward. This is why humans are the most dangerous animal on this planet. They can think.
A vicious attack rocks a tight-knit community.
He's got a gaping hole underneath his ribcage.
There was blood everywhere.
Lieutenant Joe Kenda must hunt down a murder, each with their own sordid story to tell.
I learned a long time ago to trust no one.
Get him out of here.
All right, stand up.
If you lie to me now, I guarantee you I'm going to put you under a prison.
But is this a cold-blooded murder or a red-hot case of revenge?
This is a crime of retribution. He behaves badly, and the king feels compelled to punish his behavior. This is an illustration of how the best intentions of the system somehow aren't enough. Can we ever truly resolve these things? No. No. What is done cannot be undone.
On a warm summer evening, 25-year-old Kathy Durand is about to turn in for the night.
Kathy's washing her face, getting ready for bed, and she thinks she hears something.
She realized that it was her boyfriend, Carl, and he's hollering to let him in.
It's me, baby, Carl.
What's wrong with you?
She initially assumes he's just drunk because he's kind of staggering.
What?
Oh my God.
Across town, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is trudging through his least favorite part of the job.
In the movies and television, homicide detectives are always out finding clues and engaging in multiple round gun battles from a range of 50 yards behind parked cars. None of that's true. The reality of it is very mundane. I do well when I'm bored.
This Kenda.
It's the comm center. They're all agitated because they have a stabbing at an address, and I am elated.
All right, I'll be right there.
Great. Some actual work to perform, as opposed to this nonsense that I've been doing for the last 4 hours.
When Kenda pulls up outside a modest home in a working-class neighborhood.
Hey, Lieutenant.
Hey, so what do we got?
We've got a single stabbing victim, 32-year-old male. Carl Hunt is his name. He was found by his girlfriend. He was laying in the doorway, basically bleeding out.
The medics say Carl Hunt has suffered a single-entry stab wound to the lower right abdomen.
How's he doing?
But it doesn't look good.
All right, thank you. Yes, sir.
Surveying the scene, Kenda notices a trail of blood leading up the front walkway and onto the porch.
Hey, Lieutenant. How you doing? Pretty good. Is that the girlfriend in the car over there? Yeah, that's Kathy. Now let's go talk to her.
Kenda hopes Kathy Durant can shed some light on what happened.
Kathy, I'm Lieutenant Kenda. Can you tell me how Carl got stabbed tonight?
I just came to the door. That's when I saw the blood and he fell.
Did not know where. He came home stabbed, and she had no idea by whom, where it happened, or why it happened.
Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Carl and Kathy moved in together 6 months earlier. They're liking it. They're kind of thinking that they might move toward having a family. He's a good provider, husband figure, goes to work every day, brings home a paycheck. And
He works for a construction company.
So he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, and he's really into martial arts.
he's a taekwondo expert, and he's really good at it. I mean, put years into studying and practiced all the time, and he's very, very proud of it.
So a man of his size and his condition should be able to easily, yet here he is with a stab wound in his chest. That in itself I thought was odd.
Can you think of anyone that might want to harm him?
I can't. He just moved in with me 6 months ago. He was from the other side of town.
How were you and him getting along?
We got along really good.
She's close to her family still. But nobody's going to question the fact that Kathy's happy and they're glad about that.
I'm sorry this happened.
With Kathy unable to provide any usable info, Kenda's investigation moves indoors.
His t-shirt is there, in the area of a wound so they can treat it.
But in the house's main hallway, Kenda makes a curious discovery.
I look around this house and I see bleeding going into the premises. Kathleen says he knocks on the door, he immediately collapses. So where'd this come from? Through this house, and I find that there's blood in the bathroom sink. I also see a wash rag that has diluted blood in it and an open Band-Aid package on the floor. So I'm looking at this and think, all right, so what happened here? Who's obviously at death's door, all of a sudden gets up, tries to put a Band-Aid over his gaping wound in his abdomen? No, that didn't happen. Kathy's lying. Kathy's lying big time.
So the next question is Kathy the one that stabbed him? Everybody says this has been nothing but 6 months of bliss for the two of them, but maybe there was a big fight, maybe she'd had enough, and she grabbed a knife.
Could Kathy have cut him? Kathy, you've already told me a story that isn't true. What else have you not told me?
Kathy, you know I found blood in the bathroom.
What?
Like someone was trying to wipe off blood? A lot of blood? You want to tell me again what happened here?
Okay. Carl came home.
Kathy says that this first injury happened an hour earlier.
God. What happened?
Got into it with EC.
EC?
Sliced my hand a little bit. Ah.
I'm sorry.
No, baby.
You need to go to the hospital.
No, I'm gonna take care of it.
You sure?
Yeah, baby, I got it.
Baby, let me help you. He stopped the bleeding by washing it up and putting a Band-Aid on it.
So you're telling me Carl was involved in 2 incidents tonight?
I'm sorry, just with everything that's going on, I completely forgot.
There's always an issue when you have the I forgot story. Could it be? Yeah, sure it could. Could she have not remembered? Yeah. Could she be lying to me? You bet she could.
All right, hang on a second. Why don't you call our contact at the hospital? Get confirmation that our victim, Carl Hunt, does in fact have a Band-Aid on his hand. Sure thing.
He was at my mom's house playing cards.
What's your mom's name?
Ruby Durant. She lives right around the corner from here. And it was another guy over there playing cards named EC.
Elbert Hobbs, a.k.a. EC, rents a room in Ruby Durant's house.
He's kind of frail and walks with a cane occasionally, is a drinker, and is usually intoxicated. A gold incisor on the right side of his mouth.
What about EC?
He can get a little grabby on women.
She doesn't like him because EC puts his hands on her, is always making sexual comments to her, and Carl is also tired of it and has complained to EC in the past that he shouldn't behave like that.
Carl told Kathy that he confronted EC, and the two came to blows, but EC pulled out a knife and sliced him across the hand.
Son of a bitch!
Next thing I know, he washed it up, and an hour later he was gone again. He didn't tell me where he was going.
Lieutenant Kenda, we just got word from the hospital.
What they say?
They confirmed that his right hand had a bandage over a deep cut.
All right, thank you.
So now Kathleen's story has his on his hand like she said it would be. I'm still distrustful of her, as I'm distrustful of everybody. But she's less suspicious to me than she was. So if she is out for the moment, who's in? Well, EC already cut him once. What if EC decided to cut him twice? I need to get my hands on EC.
Down EC. The case takes a surprising turn.
Hey, Lieutenant. So it looks like we found a fella out in the street. It's a little suspicious looking. He walked away when the officer called for him.
We found this guy kind of lurking in the shadows, standing within earshot of the crime scene tape. How interesting.
Does he look like?
He's African American in his 50s. Not too steady looking, has a cane.
Does he have a gold tooth by any chance?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Let's go talk to him.
At that moment, I'm thinking there is a God. The guy I'm looking for has presented himself. So at this point in this case, we know that Carl Hunt's been in 2 different altercations, and in both of them he got cut. We have EC cutting him on the hand, but who cut him in the chest? Was Carl Hunt a second time? Of course he could have.
Before Kenda can dispatch patrolmen to EC's residence, officers inform him EC is already on the scene.
Do me a favor, run a background check on this guy.
Sure thing.
Can I get your name, sir?
Albert Hobbs. They call me EC.
All right, EC.
Wasn't doing nothing wrong, man. I was just up to see some of my friends.
This late?
I don't sleep much.
It's not unusual to see that a suspect returns to the scene of the crime. He wants to know what's going on, what are the police doing. Maybe he's trying to help set up an alibi.
As he listens to EC, something about the suspect's appearance catches Kenda's attention.
What's that in your shirt, EC? Looks like blood.
There's blood on his shirt. Drop blood.
I got a bit of scuffle tonight with Carl. Blood's mine, and, he was kicking and punching me in my face.
I shine a light over his eyes, and I clearly see a cut that probably could use a couple sutures. When I'm looking at the wound he has in his forehead and his general stature and his frail appearance, he doesn't look anywhere close to anybody.
Carl got you pretty good.
Excuse me, Lieutenant Kenda. Can I have a quick word?
Anything?
Well, the check turned up for some violations. Nothing too serious. But it does have an arrest warrant for failure to appear.
Perfect. He gives me an excuse to arrest him. I can warehouse him for a little bit until we see where this investigation goes.
All right, go ahead and cuff him, take him in, so we can get that shirt to the lab, his blood, not Carl's.
Okay, we'll do. Officer, go ahead and take him in.
Put your hands behind your back.
Yep. What I do, man?
So, I know where Carl Hunt was when he got into it with EC, but I don't know where he was after he put a bandage in his hand and walked out the front door.
I'll be right back, babe.
Where did he...
To answer that question, Kenda calls in reinforcements.
Gentlemen, is Rocco here?
Yes, sir.
Put him to work.
Namely, the department's top K-9 officer, a German shepherd named Rocco.
They're amazing animals, just amazing. Their sense of smell is remarkable. 400 times better than a human.
With Kenda and his team following closely behind, they to a home not far from Kathy Duran's house.
The dog goes halfway up the sidewalk to the house and sits down. That's his announcement. Okay, fellas, this is where we need to be.
As Kenda shines his flashlight on the house numbers, he recognizes the address.
I think we know who lives here.
I remember from talking to Kathleen Durand, this is Ruby Duran's. This is where EC lives. This is the card game. And I do something referred to as the police knock, the kind that wakes the dead.
Police, open up!
Can I help you?
Are you Ruby Duran?
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Kenda with the Colorado Springs Police Department. We're investigating the stabbing of Carl Hunt.
Carl got stabbed.
She replies, oh, how terrible, but I know she doesn't mean that. You can see it in her face.
I understand a fight broke out here tonight between Carl and EC.
Yeah. I did see Carl drag EC outside. He started welling on the old man.
Everybody breaks it up, and the card game breaks up, and everybody leaves.
Who else was at the card game besides Carl and EC?
Pops was here. My husband, that's my old man.
Ruby says that Pop's real name is Booker Duran. In addition to being Ruby's husband, Pop's his stepfather to Ruby's daughter, Kathy.
And he just doesn't live here right now.
Well, what does that mean? Well, we fight, and he moves out, and then he comes back, and he has an apartment somewhere on the east side. But we've been getting along well lately, so I think he's going to move back in. But he still comes here and plays Carl. He's kind of viewed as the leader of the area, and Pops is kind of the in-charge guy.
He's very, very social. A bit of a performer. He's got a line for everything.
Everybody likes him. He's the one that coordinates the card games, and people look up to him, respect him.
Can you tell me where Pops is right now?
Look, Pops isn't here, okay? It is midnight, and I just don't know what else to tell you. I mean, nothing happened here.
Ruby Durand is saying, I didn't do anything. Nobody's here now but me, and I'm innocent as the driven snow. The only complication Ruby has with that line is a trained police canine that says otherwise, and I want in that house.
Can we come inside for a minute and look around the house?
Yeah, whatever, but make it fast. Hurry.
I walk in the house. We don't search the house. I just look it over. And it's every appearance of her being truthful. There is no blood. There is nothing out of place. So when Ruby said nothing happened in here, that's apparently true.
Leave Ruby's house. He receives a call from headquarters.
Go for Kenda.
The forensics lab has completed its analysis of the blood recovered from EC's shirt.
They called to tell me that that blood was in fact EC's blood. That is his blood from his head wound administered by Carl Hunt during the course of a confrontation.
10-4, Kenda out.
With no blood evidence tying EC to the second attack on Carl, Kenda's only hope is this for up additional intel.
Strain, would you write down the names of everyone who was at the card game?
Sure.
Were you at home all night when everyone was here?
Yeah, I was, until the card game ended. Then I took a couple of people home.
Did you see or hear anything unusual when you were out?
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. As I was driving home, I saw someone running down the street.
Up in front of her house, she saw a Caucasian man in his early 30s running north down the sidewalk on Bennett Street carrying a knife.
You know who he is? Oh, I know who it is. His name is Craig Stevenson. He plays cards here all the time. And he was here that night, part of the game.
I don't know where Craig lives, but I know that his mom, she works at a florist shop in town. I think it's called Falcon Florist. I'm sure.
I break contact with Ruby. I'm looking down the street in the direction that Craig ran. I've been through a couple of people already, but now my interest is strictly Craig Stevenson. I think the odds are excellent that he is my stabber. Hey, Craig, you and I need to have a long talk. We're investigating the stabbing of Carl Hunt. We initially have a victim and no crime scene, but now we have a canine that leads us to the location. Ruby Durand, the resident of that home, has given us our Bep Stevenson.
A criminal background check on Craig Stevenson has only heightened Kenda's suspicions about him.
He has an extensive criminal history that goes back to his teenage years. He's been in a lot of trouble for a very long time. So he is certainly capable of this kind of behavior.
It showed he had some theft cases in the past and whatnot, but most important thing, it showed that he was currently wanted on a felony burglary warrant. So
the background check doesn't provide Craig Stevenson's current place of residence, but Kenda has an idea how we can find him.
I developed a second team of detectives to check with the names provided to us by Ruby Durand to find if Craig could be staying with one of them. We also know, because Ruby told us, that his mother works in a floral shop. So we're going to check with Mom, and the whole purpose of this entire effort is to find him.
Craig's mother, Kenda, receives another call on the radio.
Go for Kenda.
I'm informed over the air Carl Hunt has died from his injuries. So Craig Stevenson is no longer a suspect in an assault. He's a suspect in a homicide.
Mrs. Stevenson?
Yes. Good afternoon.
We're with the Colorado Springs Police Department.
Here for you.
What's about your son, Craig? We're trying to locate him.
I see a stricken look come over her face because there's no doubt that there is a long history between mother and son.
What's he done now? What's going on?
Well, we need your help. Can you tell us where he's currently living?
We're not really that close lately. Last I heard, he had an apartment over on the east side. That's all I know.
Mrs. Stevenson, I know this is very hard on you. Very serious situation.
I explained to Donna Stevenson that her son is currently a prime suspect in a homicide. He will be considered armed and dangerous, and thus he puts himself at great risk that some policeman is going to put a bullet in him.
Can you tell us where we can find him?
The last address I know is I don't even know if he's there now or not. I can give you the address.
Within minutes, Kenda and his men have made their way to the north end of DeGraw Street.
All right, the house about a half a block down the left-hand side. This guy's potentially armed and dangerous, so we're not sure what to expect. So be ready. All right? Okay, let's go.
Anytime you approach a homicide suspect, you never park near the pullway and you walk in. You do so as quietly and as cleanly as you can.
Police, come to the door!
It's deadly silent. All the blinds are up. You can clearly see inside the place. There's nobody around.
All right, let's go.
So now the hunt continues.
Across town, Kenda's second unit is following up on the names provided by Ruby Durand to see if they've been harboring Craig Stevenson.
Can I help you guys? Yeah, we're conducting an investigation concerning a buddy of yours, Craig. Craig? Yeah, Craig. We understand that he's been staying here with you?
Now.
Some sort of trouble? Well, do you mind if we don't take a look around? I've got no problem.
Stop right there! Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Go down to your knees. Get down on your knees. Behind your back. Is that your guy?
That's our guy. Craig, I'm here to talk about a pretty serious matter. So if you want to request an attorney, now would be the time to do it.
I'm good. I don't need an attorney.
I understand you like to play cards.
Play cards.
Okay, Craig. Let the lying begin.
You don't?
No.
Not with Pops Durand or Carl Hunt over at Ruby's house?
I don't even know them.
The only thing Craig is sure of is he's reasonably certain this is North America. So it's time to move up a level.
You don't know who they are? I find that interesting, Craig. You're all the time. And in fact, the night that Carl was stabbed, she swears she saw you running down the street with a knife in your hand. So how you want to play this, Craig?
Is your memory beginning to improve, Craig? Getting a little better drift of what I'm talking about here? Or do you still want to play the dumb game?
And Carl Hunt is dead. You can forget about the burglary charge. This is murder.
Drain. Craig now understands that he is at great risk here. This guy is really serious, and oh man, I better start talking now.
Okay, look. I had the knife, but it wasn't me.
Really?
But I know who did it. I'll tell you the truth, I swear.
Now that is what I want to hear. will enlighten me.
After sifting through a series of suspects, Lieutenant Joe Kenda finally believes he is face to face with Carl Hunt's killer. But instead of confessing, Craig Stevenson desperately claims his innocence.
Craig looks at me with that look very intense, as he really needs me to believe him now. And he says, I didn't do this, but I know who did.
Okay, Craig. Who did it?
It was Pops.
Craig says that Booker Durand, a.k.a. Pops, is the one who fatally stabbed Carl Hunt.
It was all about a fight between Carl and EC early that night. I told you 100 times to not put your hand on my girlfriend. Son of a bitch. Get the hell on.
Craig says EC is Pop's best friend.
Craig says that after the card game ended, Pop still couldn't get over the fight.
Hell, this Carl got disrespecting my house, man. Disrespecting me.
Nobody can disrespect your house, Pops.
I mean, disrespecting our card game, man. Drinking all my liquor. Puts his hands on EC, man. That's my boy.
I know.
Pops gets more and more upset that he's been disrespected in his home by Carl Hunt, who's an outsider, who's only been around for a few months.
Nobody does you like that. We got you.
You know what? Let's go to this.
According to Craig, that's when Pops decided to head over to Kathy's house and confront Carl.
Hey, Craig, just stay right there, man. I got this. Yo, Carl, come outside. You got some apologizing to do, man. Yo, Carl, come outside. Yeah, there you go.
Pop, what the hell you want?
Yo, that you did at EC?
Pop, take it. What's wrong, man? This ain't got nothing to do with you.
You think you all come around here disrespecting me like that, man? Boy? Yo, man.
This got nothing to do with you, Pop.
Man, you hit his. Man, you hit his.
Craig says he never expected Pops to have a blade or to use it on Carl Hunt, but he did.
I guess that's when Ruby saw me. I took the knife from Pops, took off down the street, threw in the bushes somewhere. Didn't know what to do.
Craig Stevenson's version of the event seems plausible, but
Craig's statement is totally at odds with what Kathy Durand has been telling us this whole time. Kathy says that Carl was stabbed somewhere else, walked home bleeding, got to the door, and then collapsed. But that's not what Craig is saying. So somebody's lying.
Kenda wonders if Craig Stevenson stabbed Carl and then blamed it on Pops in order to save his own skin. There's just one thing Kenda needs to do. Bring Pops Durand in for questioning.
We have more than sufficient information to obtain a warrant for Booker Durand, a.k.a. Pops, for one count of first-degree murder, and we do precisely that. Now our mission is to find him. The best place to start is at Ruby's house, where he lives half the time and half the time not.
What the hell do you want now?
She's a lot less friendly than she was the last time.
Where's Pops?
Look, I told y'all he's not here.
Well then, since we have a warrant for his arrest, you won't mind stepping aside while we search the house.
Step aside or be arrested for interference. Have a seat, and this officer will stand there with you. And in one bedroom, there's a really large pile of laundry. It looks out of place. I look at the pile and I see 2 fingers sticking out of one side of it. And I'm thinking, what the hell is this? Another dead guy? A wounded guy? Who's under these clothes?
Charlie Daniels.
Well, you don't look like Charlie Daniels to me. Get up.
Keep your hands where I can see them. Checking for ID.
He gets up, we check him for ID. He's Booker Durant, also known as Pops. Not the best guy in the world at hiding.
I was hiding. I thought you guys were some thieves or something.
Really? How many thieves you know announce themselves as the police and wear uniforms? You must have a different kind of thief around here.
I think we need to go for a little ride, Pops.
Really? Where we going?
We're going down to the police station. I'll tell you all about me, and you tell me all about you. Won't that be fun?
Got me in these handcuffs, man.
Sit down.
It's a nice room you got here.
Sit.
Hey, my hat. Comb my hair today. Hey, can I get one of those?
No.
Wow, I like that watch you wearing. It's nice.
Pops is a guy that doesn't rattle very easily. He's having a good time. He walks in this interrogation room like we're all going to sit down and play poker. I'm surprised he didn't ask for a drink.
I want you to tell me about stabbing Carl Hunt.
Or got stabbed? Hey.
Come on. We already know you stabbed him after the card game.
Huh? What card game would this be? Hey, I'm not really a gambling man, you know. I don't play cards.
Pops has been talking about the police all his life. He's not going to tell me anything he doesn't want to tell me.
Don't know anything about a card game. Don't know anything about Carl getting stabbed.
Look, I didn't even know Carl got hurted.
You want to stick with that?
Look, you play cards? You can teach me how to play cards. How about that? Me and this guy right here, we play cards together. How about that?
Get him out of here.
All right, stand up. Stand up.
Where we going? Hey. Call me sometimes you want to play cards. I'm not even a gambling man.
I've washed my hands of Pops for the time being. We lock him up in the county jail.
Pops refusing to cooperate. Kenda must now lean on the one eyewitness who can confirm or deny Craig Stevenson's version of how the crime went down. Carl Hunt's girlfriend, Kathy Durant.
If what Craig is telling us is true, what does that tell us about the credibility of Kathy? Was she lying to us initially about what happened here? If Craig is telling us the truth, then Kathy knows a lot more. She needs to be talked to again.
That afternoon, Kenda pays Kathy Durant another visit.
Have a seat.
I am not happy when I go back to contact Kathleen. And I make that abundantly clear to her.
I know you lied to me. If you lie to me again, you're going to have serious regrets.
If you lie to me now, I guarantee you under a prison. You'll discover a couple of things about me. I treat people fairly, but I'm also ruthless. And you're about to meet ruthless. Now talk to me.
Carl Hunt. Lieutenant Joe Kenda has circled back to eyewitness Kathy Durant, demanding she come clean about what happened the night of the crime.
Now you tell me the truth. I'm going to charge you an accessory to this murder.
Okay.
Now she's in tears, and I believe I have reached her.
Kathy breaks down and admits she's been lying from the start.
We were all at my mom's drinking.
Kathy tells Kenda that while she was cleaning up in the kitchen, E.C. cornered her.
E.C. comes up behind her and gropes her.
E.C., stop.
Lost it.
Hey. What the hell you doing, man? What the hell you doing? I'm gonna kick your ass. What the hell you doing? No, you ain't gonna be doing that.
E.C. is no match for Carl Hunt.
No, I'm gonna kick your ass. Son of a bitch. Get the hell off.
Carl calms down and the fight's over with E.C. He takes her and they go home. He doesn't go out a second time like she initially told me.
Next thing I know, Pops came on the porch yelling, telling Carl to come outside.
Yo, Carl! Yo, Carl, come outside! Show your face! Yo, Carl, come outside! Yeah, there you go. Come outside.
I know.
Come outside, Carl.
I'm going to talk to him.
No, don't go talk to him. No, stay in here.
Yo, Carl, come outside.
I'm just going to hold a conversation with him.
Stay.
I told Carl not to go outside. Next thing I know, Carl was standing over Pops on the porch.
You got some apologizing to do,
Wait, you
man.
want Pops? I got it, man.
Yeah, that you did to EC? Hey, man, who the you think you are coming around here disrespecting me like that,
Come on,
man?
Pops. Look, it's no big deal. Just leave it alone.
Come back inside.
I got it, baby. I got it.
Hunt is the peacemaker, Kathy says. And for whatever reason, that seems to fire up Pops even more.
And Carl was standing over Pops, and Pops reached up and stabbed Carl. I'm sorry for not telling you the truth, but that's my family. And you have to understand, I have to do anything to protect my family. Pops is my stepdad, and I have to do what I have to do, okay?
Kathy says, when you came here and you saw what happened, I thought I could lie to you and I could protect these people because they're my blood, they're my family. And I said, look, did that. But that why is over.
With Kathy confirming Craig Stevenson's version of events, Booker Durand, better known as Pops, is charged with murder. But Pops never sees the inside of a prison.
Pops is eventually brought to trial, and Pops is found not guilty by a jury of the murkiness of who did what to whom when.
This case frustrates me because I think the system failed. Somebody died and nobody paid for it. It's ironic because this is all about family protecting family. It wound up destroying another family because Carl was somebody's boy.
For Pops, in my opinion, this is a crime of passion. Carl has transgressed. He goes to the king's house and he behaves badly. And the king feels compelled to punish Carl for his behavior. Kathleen makes a choice between the new boyfriend and her blood. Blood. She lies to protect Pops and considers Carl Hunt to be a casualty of the circumstance. There are no storybook endings for the most part. Once in a while there are, but many, many times it just ends badly for everyone.
2 murder investigations from the case files of Lieutenant Joe Kenda. First, an explosion rocks a suburban neighborhood.
Everybody was talking about the devastation and gruesomeness of what had occurred out there.
This particular case was just beyond anything I'd ever seen.
Kenda desperately works to uncover what triggered the blast as nefarious theories emerge from the ashes.
There's no question in my mind that this could be an intentional act of murder.
Then, mother is viciously gunned down in her own bedroom.
Let's walk in, shoot, and walk out. Someone thought about this. You shoot someone more than once for a reason.
The frantic search for her killer culminates in a heart-pounding showdown.
Throw your gun out the window! He's already committed one act of violence. You're really concerned that he's going to commit another act of violence?
When people start waving guns around, someone's going to live or die here.
Oh my God!
You never anticipate the level of gruesomeness before you actually see it. It is initially, when I first started into this business, quite shocking. I had great difficulty eating. I had great difficulty sleeping. It's very startling. It's not the movies. It's not makeup, it's blood.
On a warm Sunday afternoon in Colorado, is savoring the last few hours of the weekend.
He'd had a good day, and he was going to go sit outside on his porch and have a beer. He's settled into his chair, popped his beer.
When he heard this explosion, he had no idea what it was. He knew it was something big.
Larry bolts from his front porch towards the source of the explosion.
He looks over the fence and sees smoke coming out of the garage. Heard of this garage and knew something terrible had happened.
And then he's noticing that there's like spray, like red. And for a second, he wonders if maybe it was like some kind of paint canister explosion. And then he realizes that it looks a whole lot like blood. So he decides to call 911.
Not far away, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is spending enough paperwork.
I was working on a Sunday afternoon. PDs operate 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Holidays don't matter, weekends don't matter. So for me to work on a Sunday afternoon is not unusual.
This Kenda.
The phone rings from the dispatch center and they say, we've got the fire department at the scene of what they say is an explosion. And further, they think...
What do you mean they think they found human remains?
I remember this call because of that phrase. They're not sure if it's human remains, but they think so. Why would they only think so? Why don't they know?
Minutes later, Kenda pulls up to a single-family dwelling, flanked by police and bystanders. It's a detached garage, still smoldering.
Hey, Lieutenant.
How you doing?
Doing good.
What do we got?
I got a neighbor called 911. Heard a loud explosion, a lot of smoke, a lot of damage to the garage.
We walk into the front area of this garage, up, although it's been damaged in the fire. And the back wall of this place is distorted and blown out to a degree. There's holes in the walls, the windows, the overhead door, various parts of this building. All this damage looks like shrapnel damage emanating from a central source.
Is anyone checking to see if this can be from natural gas?
Initial thought was a gas meter explosion.
There's something you need to see, and I warn you, it's not pretty.
In this garage, a few feet inside the door, is literally a large pile of what looks like human flesh. I don't see face. I don't see identifiable arms.
Wow.
But I do see the lower legs and a pair of shoes. One has to assume that this pile is what used to be this person from the knees up.
Any clue who this is?
No idea.
They are men's work boots. They are size 11. That tells you adult and tells you most likely male.
I'll send some guys out to talk to the neighbors, see if we get an ID on this guy.
Sure. Lieutenant, just spoke to the fire department. There's no way this is the gas explosion. The meter's up and it's working fine.
All right, thank you.
So it's not a gas explosion. And if it's... There's a number of possibilities. Our man is smoking a cigarette, and the place is filled with gasoline vapor from gas cans that are commonly found in a garage. Second scenario, what if? Our victim walks into this building, and the building's been wired. It's been booby-trapped. There is a delay allowing him to step inside before the device explodes. There are a number of awful possibilities, to include murder.
But if someone did rig the garage to blow up,
What if there's other things that are wired in this place? I don't know what's in here or what could be in here, and I don't want to find out the hard way.
All right, let's clear this place. Watch your stuff, though. We don't know what else is in here. Let's call the bomb squad.
a team of explosive technicians arrives on the...
People we have on the department, on any department, who truly understand explosives and various devices. They are the real deal.
No sooner has the bomb squad arrived than they provide Kenda with a valuable new piece of information.
Something like military. Military, what do you mean?
And whatever detonated here has an odor of military explosive.
That's not uncommon in Colorado Springs. We have Fort Carson, a post that is filled with 30,000 soldiers and every kind of military explosive known to man, and ammunition storage bunkers that date back to World War II. There is a ton of ammunition and explosive items on that post.
It's entirely possible that somebody smuggled something off of Fort Carson and brought it over here.
Well, if they did, let's make sure there's no other surprises in there for us.
Tell you what, we'll check it out, let you know what we find.
Sounds good.
Just minutes later, the bomb squad sergeant emerges from the garage.
Looks like we found our source.
What is it?
And my guys are still looking to see. We found this under some debris.
He came out with a pair of tweezers holding the arming handle from a grenade, a piece of metal that's curved and follows the body of the grenade down one side, referred to by slang as a spoon.
Hey, Sarge. Go ahead. I've got an item here.
One of the guys in the squad says, I have an item. In their language, that means they have an explosive.
What have you got? It's another grenade, and this one appears to be alive. Okay, we need to clear the scene out. We need to get these suit up. We'll go in and get ready.
Got it. Okay. Let's get everyone out of here.
Everyone, let's go. Everyone out right now. We need to clear the area. Everybody, let's back up, please. Everybody back.
A bomb suit is an armored system that protects the handler from explosives. It won't protect you from a big enough bang, but it will protect you if it's this thing on. It weighs about 100 pounds.
As the ordnance specialist moves in, everyone is on pins and needles.
This is a very tense situation. We don't know what else he might have to deal with when he's in there. The fear is that he's going to come out of there backwards in a microsecond in an angry black cloud. Here we are in this building with a destroyed human body, died from an explosion. We find evidence it probably was a grenade because we found a second grenade. Now is, what do we do about the second grenade? What if it goes kabum?
Kenda has summoned the CSPD bomb squad to the scene. It's now up to the ordnance specialist to defuse this increasingly tense situation.
The man dressed in a bomb suit is going to carefully examine this second grenade to make sure it hasn't been tampered with in some way to cause it to detonate if you move it.
Everybody's on edge. You're always worried about something going wrong, causing explosive device to detonate. That's what we have robots for now. Back then, you just didn't have them. So it's a very tense situation for all involved.
He's going to use a mirror so that he can make certain there's no wire that's so thin it's difficult to see with the naked eye. He's trying to make certain that the top of the grenade assembly looks normal and doesn't look like it's been removed and replaced. He wants to see that the pin appears to be in good order and in place.
Go ahead. We're good. Nothing to worry about here.
The grenade is safe, untampered with, and it will not detonate. Perfect.
Didn't see any more devices, triggers, wires, anything of that nature. We're going to be clear.
Roger that. Let's back it up. Well, at least we know it's not rigged with any more explosives.
All right, I appreciate the help.
Homicide remains a possibility. Everything is in until it's absolutely out. It's still entirely possible in this building, and the perpetrator is standing outside the building and throws in a grenade.
Kenda's first step to finding any possible suspects is to identify the victim.
Is there something going on in his life that would cause somebody to do this to him? Does this man have enemies? Who are these enemies if he does? And why would they want to do this to him?
According to neighbors, the house is a rental that was recently known about them.
I don't know his last name, but I think his first name is Esteban.
Okay.
He moved in with his wife about a month or two ago.
You know about how old he is?
I'm guessing probably in his 60s. He said something to the effect that he'd recently retired.
Okay.
In addition to interviewing neighbors, Kenda's team continues to scour the surrounding area for physical evidence.
Lieutenant! Calls out and says, "You better come look at this." I assumed he found something he thought was evidence. So I walked over there, and he's a long way from the building.
What is it?
And he's standing there with kind of a concerned look on his face.
Looks like a finger.
It's a human index finger, and it is blown off at the first knuckle. The finger is crooked, so it almost looks like it's not real. Because it's an exploded body part, and it's very gray.
When Kenda bends down for a closer look, he notices that something is attached to the finger.
Once I get down close to the ground, I can see what it is. And this discovery can certainly change the direction of this case. We're investigating an explosion that results in the death of a person. We now know their first name is Esteban, and we've discovered a grenade is probably the device. And now we've discovered a human finger with something wrapped around it. When I see it standing up, there seems to be a wire or something around it. So I squat, and once I get down close to the ground, I can see what it is. It's the pin ring from a hand grenade.
More than likely, the victim in this case had detonated that hand grenade by pulling the pin and setting that grenade off.
So now we have to look at what's the theory here. Is this an accident? Is it suicide?
If this is then this changes everything. Nobody killed him. He killed himself.
I'm gonna go ahead and bag that and get it back to the station. I'll see if we get a print off it.
Sure. Even though this finger is no longer attached to the body, the fingerprint area of the finger is intact. So it's a matter of removing the pen and inking that finger and rolling it on a fingerprint card, as you would if it was attached to a living human.
At the lab, Kenda has an unexpected problem.
It's not gonna work. The finger's too bent.
You can't just, like, straighten it out?
You mean like crack the bones?
It's not uncommon in traumatic death that rigor mortis sets in immediately, at the moment of death. This finger is frozen in position. It requires force to straighten out this finger. Usually, rigor begins and reverses from the feet to the neck when it leaves the body.
I'm not gonna do that.
Give me a hand.
This could lead to a disgusting crack of bones and everything else that goes with it. And nothing pleasant about this work. When you hear bones crack, it is one of the most disgusting sounds you've ever heard in your life. I didn't like it, but it's the nature of it.
Perfect.
Great.
So now we've recovered this fingerprint. It is readable. Looking at the original impressions on the paper, there's no question if prints are on file, we can positively identify the finger.
We'll get going on this. And should have your last name in a couple of months.
Months? I don't have months.
Weeks if we're lucky. Okay.
Without knowing a name, you would have to compare that fingerprint to every inked impression. Wouldn't have time for that.
It appears the investigation has hit a brick wall. Thankfully, it doesn't take long for Kenda to catch another break.
Lieutenant, there's a woman out here who says she really needs to talk to you.
My immediate reaction was annoyance. Talk to me about what?
Who is she?
Apparently, she lives at the house that you're just at. You know, the one where you found the finger?
Well, now I'm not annoyed.
Her name was Jenny Maestas, and she was married to the victim.
It truly is a double-edged emotional sword. I felt suddenly thrilled that the mystery of his identity is about to be resolved. And at the same time, I have to explain to somebody that the person they've known and loved is no longer coming home. And that is difficult to do, and you never get accustomed to that.
I'm very, very sorry about this. What's your husband's name?
Esteban Maestas. We just moved in the house a couple months ago. He finally retired from his job.
What did he do?
He was a custodian at a school.
And that was the piece of knowledge I needed. Public schools require all employees to submit to fingerprints. So those inked impressions are on file. And they're on file in our building.
Kenda with the print.
They identify it at once. That's his finger. The facts say that Esteban Maestas pulled the pin out of that grenade. What I don't know is why.
What was your husband doing today?
The wife tells me that she was home with Esteban. They moved into this place a couple months ago. And he was going to go look around and see what he could find in the garage.
He was cleaning out the garage. We really lived there before. Left a bunch of junk in it. And I left. And he was going to stay there and clean up the garage.
From what I can determine from his wife, Esteban Maestas was not at all depressed, not at all upset, never been to see a psychiatrist. Nothing about his background through his wife would indicate that this was intentional on his part.
With suicide unlikely, Kenda is convinced he knows why the explosion occurred. It was a simple, tragic accident.
He's going out to see what's in the garage, and what he finds in there, among other things, is a hand grenade. Now, it's only speculation, but I'm sure that Esteban had no clue that this grenade, maybe he thought he had some toy. Except it wasn't a toy. It was the real McCoy. He never knew what happened. He never felt a thing. It was lights out for him.
As to why there were grenades in the garage, Kenda can only speculate.
I'm certain that the things in that garage had been left of previous tenants. That stuff had been there for years and years and years.
The theory is that those grenades probably were stolen from Fort Carson and brought home by a soldier, God knows why. And either that guy decided that he didn't want to deal with having to dispose of them, and so he left them to be the next person's problem.
That's suspecting Esteban Mestas.
You ask, how could that happen? Esteban handles a grenade that he believes isn't real, and he was profoundly mistaken about that. There are many things in this world that people don't understand. Some of those things will kill you.
Coming up, a phone conversation between mother and daughter.
No! Oh my God!
There's a great deal of blood in this bed, so this person's intent is clear. I'm here to kill you for what I think is the best possible reason. And I'm going to shoot you more than once to get the job done.
It's a crystal clear afternoon.
Hello. Hi, Mom. Oh, hi, baby. How are you?
And Debbie Blackman is engaged in one of her favorite activities, catching up with her 19-year-old daughter, Shelley, who lives across town.
How's that grandbaby of mine?
We're fine. Just been real busy lately.
They're chatting. They're having a mom-daughter talk.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
They've been chatting along, and all of a sudden, somebody clearly walked into the room because Debbie heard Shelley say something to somebody.
Get out of here!
Are you okay?
Get out of here!
What's that noise?
All of a sudden, she hears her daughter start to yell something at somebody. She doesn't know who.
Shelley?
Get out of here!
Shelley?
No!
Oh my God!
And then hears what she describes as loud, multiple bangs.
Shelley? Hello?
And recognizes that something traumatic just occurred.
Oh my God!
Debbie's running in panic mode. She leaves her residence to drive immediately over to Shelley's residence.
To be talking to somebody and out of the blue have it just end like that, it would be terrible. The worst thing would go through your head, and the worst thing is what happened.
Minutes later, CSPD dispatch informs Lieutenant Joe Kenda there's been a possible homicide on the northeast side of Colorado Springs in the Yuma Court townhomes.
Sir, what are you doing? That's what we got. The shooting inside apartment D. The victim is a 19-year-old Shelley Blackman. She's been shot multiple times in the torso and face. Medical already transported her to the hospital. There's the two individuals back here that made the 911 call. They're in shock and pretty shaken up.
I'll talk to them when they calm down.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
People wonder, how could anybody be traumatized to that level to where you can't even talk? If you've seen a violent crime happen in front of you, your emotions become maxed. You cannot function in any kind of normal way, and in many cases can't say a word.
Collect themselves. Kenda makes his way into Shelley's apartment.
It's upstairs, right?
Yes, sir.
Everything seems to be in order until Kenda gets to Shelley's bedroom.
There's a lot of heavy blood. There's a phone that's been smashed on the bed. So the victim is on the phone when the shooter arrives in the room and instantaneously begins shooting.
Kenda scans the room for signs of a possible burglary.
The jewelry is on a dresser, undisturbed. Nothing's been moved, nothing's been knocked over. Absolutely nothing is out of place.
Except for
What is that, sir?
It's like a tooth. Probably from where she got shot in the face.
We've had cases where a person's shot in the mouth. Generally, they're going to lose some teeth. Sometimes they're at the scene. Sometimes they're swallowed. In this case, we do find some teeth on the bed and on the floor where the shot had occurred.
You'd also find 6 expended casings in the room.
9mm.
We looked the head stamp on the casings. They're in standard 9mm. And at least one of them's in her face. So it would indicate the range is relatively close. So this person's intent is clear. They come there, whoever they are, armed with a gun, and they intend to use it.
The victim's mother was here. We told her that her daughter had been shot, and she was very upset. She was insisting on speaking with you.
Let's go.
I stop poking around in this bedroom and start to walk down the stairs. And I look in the family room, and there's a playpen. Nobody's in it. But there's toys in it, there's a pillow in it. So where's this kid? And what happened to them?
We have eyes on the child?
The baby's outside with another officer in the backseat of his car.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good news. The kid's okay.
But Kenda isn't the only one inquiring about the child. Stepping outside, he runs directly into a desperate Debbie Blackman.
Sir, they tell me you're in charge here, and I have to get in there to see my grandchild if she's okay.
Ma'am, she's perfectly fine. She's with another officer.
Oh, God, thank you.
Your daughter's been taken to the hospital, and I'll have someone take your granddaughter in a moment. But first I need to ask you a few questions.
She's extremely distraught, but I explained to her I'm trying to determine who might or could be responsible for hurting your daughter. And you're my best chance to find that out right now.
Can you tell me about your daughter? Was she married? Divorced?
The man she had the baby with are no longer together, and she has a new boyfriend.
Debbie says that Shelley had a boyfriend.
Mom said he'd been in the military. He had a job with the post office. Thomas seemed like a pretty good guy.
How about work? Does she have a job?
Well, she was working retail, but she wasn't making enough money to support the baby, so she took a job someplace else.
So what does she do now?
Well, she works at a gentleman's club dancing.
Now that opens up a busload of potential suspects. Many strange men going to strip clubs. That opens up a new arena for me. I'm not prepared to jump in that arena yet, but I'm worried about it.
Has she had any trouble with the clientele that you know of?
Well, the only thing she said was that there was a couple of customers who had given her their phone number and stuff, but that was really just about it.
Do you know their names?
No.
To Debbie's knowledge, Shelley had never acted upon any of those numbers and had never called anyone.
All right, well, I know you need to go check on your daughter and granddaughter.
Lieutenant, I just looked in on the 2 witnesses who called 911. They're both ready to talk.
All right.
The officer says the girl is Shelley's roommate. Her name is Desiree Peterson. She is also 19 years old. The male who is present is a 23-year-old guy named Reginald, who is Desiree's boyfriend. So we interview them one at a time so we don't get crossed.
We'll talk to Desiree first. Desiree, I'm Detective Kenda. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah.
I want to talk to Desiree first because she is Shelley's roommate, so she's going to know more than he does about Shelley.
Is there anything you can share with me about what happened to Shelley?
I know your daughter.
Witnesses often say they know what happened, they saw what happened, and that's not that meaningful to me usually. But in this particular case, Desiree's tone of voice and the look in her eye said to me loud and clear that she really did know who was responsible for this.
There's not a doubt in my mind.
You want to tell me about that?
This case has just moved into the fast lane. I can feel it. We are almost there. I need a name and a face, and I think I'm about to get it. They're investigating a shooting where a girl is most likely going to die as a result of multiple gunshot wounds. We're trying to determine who possibly might be involved, and I think I just found somebody who knows who's involved.
Death shooting victim Shelley Blackman tells Kenda that she was in the apartment with Shelley and her boyfriend Thomas Terry earlier in the day.
Shelley and Terry are fighting again.
So it's not unusual for them to fight?
Not since Shelley started dancing at a club.
Thomas was getting possessive and was getting jealous. And he didn't like the fact that she needed to work a second job in a strip club to make money.
That really drove Thomas nuts. We're fighting again in front of me and my boyfriend, and it got pretty bad, and he started going through a purse and found numbers that guys gave him that she danced for at the club.
Why are you in my purse?
What the is this? More numbers from the club?
What? Oh my God.
Who is Glenn?
It's just a phone.
Who is Glenn?
Don't
lie to me! What the is it? You
do that to you. Just get out.
Admit it.
So the fight was getting real bad, so Reginald took him for a ride so he could calm down. She wanted him out, and he's not living with us or anything, so we packed some of his stuff in a duffel bag and left it downstairs for him.
Desiree tells Kenda that when Reginald and Thomas returned a short time later, things went from bad to worse.
When Reginald and Thomas walk back into place, the first thing Thomas sees, and it really sets him off.
That's when Thomas went out to get a gun hidden in the glove compartment of his car.
The duffel bag was the last straw. And he goes back outside for a minute to the car that he was just in. And he comes back inside and goes straight upstairs. They don't see the gun. He probably makes it a point that they don't see it.
What are you doing here? What is that?
Oh, my bag at the door.
Because you're leaving. Get out. Okay.
I'm not going anywhere.
Get out of here.
What's that noise?
No!
Shelley? Shelley?
So you and Reginald heard gunshots. What'd you do?
We went upstairs to see what was happening, and that's when we saw Thomas with the gun. Behind us, so we just moved. And he left. Shelley?
Oh my. Shelley? Shelley?
They see Shelley on the bed, bleeding profusely. She's been violent. The results are horrible.
So when Thomas left, you know where he went?
No, but Shelley's car isn't here anymore, so I think he took it.
He's got a gun. What's he gonna do? Nothing good is what he's gonna do. Nothing good. We have solid information on what he's driving. We run the registration. We put out a bulletin, model, color, type, and plate number on this car.
CB. Dispatch informs him that Thomas Terry has been spotted driving southbound on Union Street.
Officer Spitzmiller is the officer who spotted him and started to chase him.
He's starting to snake or move from lane to lane, weaving in and out of traffic. He enters the intersection of Pikes Peak and Union against a solid red light. T-boned from a car that's going eastbound. He then hits a vehicle which is northbound, stopped for the red light.
His car was immobilized from the impact, and there was steam rolling out of the radiator, and it wouldn't start.
What the hell are you doing? Get away from him! He's got a gun!
I know that this is a very volatile situation. He's just been involved in a homicide with a firearm. I'm concerned about whether or not now we're going to get into the loose.
Officer Spitzmiller waits for Thomas's next move.
I could tell that he has a firearm in his hand. He's starting to work the action of the firearm. I can hear rounds, because the windows are blown out of the car, actually hit and thump on the ceiling liner of the inside of the car.
Throw your gun out the window! Put your hands on your head!
He's not complying with any of my orders. He's still working. I'm now thinking, okay, he's going to either shoot at me or I'm going to shoot at him, or it's going to happen both ways.
Throw your gun out the window! Put your hands on your head!
This is the moment of your worst fear. There's going to be gunplay. Most police shootings happen within 30 seconds of the officer's arrival. If they happen right now.
He starts smacking the bottom of the gun. Points in my direction. I'm getting ready to engage, and I'm starting to squeeze the trigger on my service weapon, thinking this is the point of no return. This is the point where either it's him or me.
Drop the gun!
I'm screaming at him. He takes one more look at me. We lock eyes.
Drop the gun! Don't do it!
Turns back away from me, lifts, pulls the trigger.
Start an ambulance. I've got one single gunshot to the head, self-inflicted.
From Thomas's point of view, when he hits that car, his future just went away. His option is to get arrested and go to jail for the rest of his life. He chose the worst of the two.
As for Kenda, he arrives just in time to see his murder suspect loaded into the back of an ambulance.
Get back! He's not going to live through this, but they call medical. They remove him from the car and take Thomas Terry to Memorial Hospital, the very same place where his girlfriend is. The poetic thing about it to me was in one of these rooms, and separated by a half-inch piece of drywall, is the person who put her there, Thomas Terry.
She's gone.
They first pronounced Shelley Blackman deceased, and 30 seconds later they pronounced Thomas Terry to also be deceased. They are within 3 feet of each other and both dead.
The story is certain behaviors become part of your relationship, and people tell you this is dangerous. You're not the one that's going to miraculously change this person. You may love them. You may think you can. But the odds are 1,000,000 to 1 that you're not.
She wants to love him, but if he can't love her on his terms, he wants to love her to death.